Alright, hey, I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in and that kind of stuff. So this is my update video for the Springfield Armory Champion Operator, and then also going to talk about some of the stuff I used to support the gun. So what I did was decided I would carry the gun as part of my testing or whatever, and I don't know, testing? It's not really testing. I don't know, whatever. I just decided to carry the gun more or less in lieu of my Glock 19. So that's not to say that I didn't carry my Glock 19, because I did, but I really tried to carry this gun and to use it. And so I was able to get out to the range with it some more. I put, I don't know, maybe another 200 rounds through it through the original round count that I had. So I'm up to, I don't know, what, 300-400 rounds. Anyways, so I was able to get some more trigger time on it, and gotta say, still really happy with the gun. So some of the things that I did, as I mentioned in the initial review, I did not really care for the grips that came on the gun. Not to say that there was necessarily anything wrong with them, I just didn't care for them. And so I did go ahead and replace those with VZ grips, and these are Aliens grips. These are the same grips I had on my, or have on my full-size Operator. So I decided to go back to the Aliens grips by VZ. They're sort of a known quantity for me. I wanted something that where I knew what I was going to get with it, and you know, gotta say, I'm happy with them. Let's see. So like I say, I got to shoot some more. Basically ran through it, all the mags that I've got, and I don't remember any malfunctions. So I ran, you know, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I ran Kimber TAC Pro mags, or Kimber Pro TAC mags, whatever. Factory magazines, these are just 7-round GI style magazines. Wilson Combat 10-round, Pro Mag 10-round, Wilson Combat 8-round, which you see right here. Ran all those through it. Like I say, don't recall any hiccups with it. What was I doing with it? I'm gonna go nut and fancy style on you guys to show you kind of what I was doing. So 3-shot group at 10 yards, 3-shot group at 7 yards. So as you can see, I was hitting a little bit high. I don't know if that was ammunition or just me that day. I don't know. I kind of think it was me that day for whatever reason, but I was hitting pretty consistently high, which kind of makes me think maybe it wasn't me, because it was, I mean, it was just that consistent. I don't know if it was just ammunition or what. So I made some sighting adjustments and stuff like that, and my groups came down. This is a 4-shot group at 7 yards. That's a flyer. I don't remember which one that came from. Here's a 10-shot group at, or 10 shots. Yeah, that's 10 shots at 10 yards. No, that's a 3-shot group at 10 yards. And then right here, you can see 1, 2, that's 15 yards. So it's high, but it was putting it together as far as keeping it tight. Like I said, a couple flyers in there. I was happy with the accuracy. Those were all standing, you know, offhand shooting. I was happy with it. Let's see. Yeah, other than that, you know, I was really, so far I've started to really come together with the gun. You know, went out to the range. In fact, just the other day, was doing some drills where not just standing static and that kind of stuff, and I was really putting it together, multiple strings of shots and that kind of stuff, and it was doing it for me. So happy with the way the gun's running and those kinds of things. So as I said, I've been carrying the gun for, I don't know, basically since the holster came in, I've been carrying the gun, and I ordered the holster around the same time that the last video came out. And what I ended up ordering was a Comp Tac inside the waistband holster. I don't unfortunately remember what model this is. What it came with, this is their Infidel clip. I do remember that. Like this holster, this is the holster that I've been running with it pretty much exclusively. I haven't stuck the gun in anything else, and you know, running up and down the range and that kind of stuff, the holster did just fine. It wasn't slipping around or anything like that. It was good to go, comfortable. You know, I've worn the gun all day and that kind of stuff, and it is a comfortable holster. Now I guess I gotta go ahead and say it. So I ordered this holster for this gun, I think, pretty sure I did, and this holster will fit a full-size 1911 with no problem. Now, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe the gun would even be a little more comfortable to carry if I had a holster that fitted a little bit better. So that was kind of, I don't even know if that's an issue, but it's something I'm going to throw out there. The other thing was the holster didn't come rail compatible. So basically the gun would not fit in the holster as it came from the factory. And so instead of sending it back and just getting something else, I went ahead, threw it in the toaster oven, heated it up, and then mashed the gun in there, put some clamps around it, and now it works. So kind of home rigged it, sort of a do-it-yourself holster deal. Anyways, it works really good. I also went ahead and reduced the sweat guard. The sweat guard was just too long on it for me, and so I went ahead and reduced that. It made drawing the gun just a little bit more pleasant. So there wasn't necessarily anything wrong with the sweat guard the way that it was. This is just a little long for me. I'm not a big, I don't like real big sweat guards. So I went ahead and just reduced it. And basically what I did was, just sort of rough cut it off with like a hacksaw or something, and then took a Dremel tool and just kind of worked it over. So that worked out good there. Spare magazine was carried in a Bravo concealment outside the waistband pouch. That worked well. No problems there. Carry magazines. I used a Kimber Pro Tac Mag. It's an 8-round magazine. I went ahead and removed the bumper pad thing on the bottom of it so it would sit nice and flush in the gun. That way I didn't have any more gun to conceal than what was just the gun. It was just nice and flat in there, which was nice. You know, the Wilson Combats, I like them, but they've got that bumper down there, and that's going to make more gun that you have to conceal. So that's how I ran that, and I liked it. Like I say, was in situations where I was wearing the gun basically all day, and I didn't have any problems. Now, one of the things that I didn't want to do was switch my Spartan Blades knife over to this mag pouch and go through all that. So I just busted out kind of an old knife for me. This is a Columbia River knife and tool. It's an M1640Z. I don't know. But it's big, and that's what I wanted. Or I wanted something along these lines. So I just, like I say, this was kind of an old duty knife for me. So I ran that in lieu of the multi-tool. And that was my setup. If you're curious, if you went and watched the EDC video, basically what I did was the Glock 19 magazine, or the Glock magazines that were in there came out. 1911 magazines went in, the multi-tool went in there, and that was kind of what I did with the EDC bag. So it was basically a very similar system, very similar setup to what I talked about before. Very simple, other than really the knife changes, nothing really changed. Yeah, so there's that. I think I hit everything that I wanted to talk about. If you have questions or whatever, go ahead and throw them down there at the bottom. I'll get to them as best as I can. Let's see. I got all kinds of time. So again, appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. If you like it, subscribe and like and all that good stuff, and whatnot. So how about a quote? Here we go. A leadership quote like that. It's better to have an army of lambs led by a lion than an army of lions led by a lamb. That's attributed to Alexander the Great. There's variations to that quote, but that's generally it. So again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. Thank you.